You glad the winds have finally died down, huh? Woo! Saw a guy in Hollywood Boulevard selling maps to where the stars' homes used to be. Well, let's see what's going on in the news. Jim Bakker, back in the news. Guess you all know about that? You see, they're getting serious now. He threatened to put a gun to his head and blow his brains out. Now, see, I don't think that's right. And besides, he'd have to be a pretty good shot to hit a target that small anyway. Now, Jessica Hahn's been all over the TV. She blasted the PTL and Jim Bakker over the weekend. You see that? She claims they're responsible for the breakup of her and her family. Yeah, that's it. I'm sure the nude spread in Playboy had nothing to do with it. This thing is getting serious, you know. Bakker says he's accused of being gay just because his hand brushed up against another man's pants. They say, I don't think that means he's gay. I think it means he was trying to steal a guy's wallet. Actually, if Bakker is found guilty of all the charges against him, he could get 100 years in prison. And the bad news is, Tammy said she'd wait for him. Hey, that's pretty frightening. I mean, how'd you like to step out of prison after 100 years? Ah! Not good. Actually, these religious scandals are pretty upsetting to a lot of people. But there is a good side to all these Jim Bakker indictments. I mean, even atheists are starting to say, hey, maybe there is a God. Anyway, I guess everybody saw the pictures on TV of Gorbachev in New York City, huh? How'd you like that hat and overcoat? I don't think America's seen an outfit like that since Al Capone's funeral. Actually, Gorbachev says Russia's going to cut back on weapons 10%. Big deal. That's like Neiman Marcus giving you a nickel off. Actually, even though it's getting more liberal, all right, and I like people to kind of go, no, we're going to wait. Yeah. They kind of start, no, we'll hold ours. I think we'll be quite so quick. Even though it's getting more liberal in the Soviet Union, Gorbachev is still against letting students read certain books. You see, he doesn't have to ban books. You see, all he has to do is give them MTV and video games, and after a few years, they'll be just like American kids. They won't know how to read. Actually, when he was in New York, Gorbachev said he is tough and not afraid to make changes. So George Steinbrenner offered him the job managing the Yankees. Let's see, the space shuttle, the satellite, what was it, Atlantis? They had some problems this week. I guess the solar panels wouldn't open. So instead of being able to spy on 80% of the Soviet Union, now 80% of the Soviet Union gets free HBO. Hey, did you hear about this? Prince Philip of England did a little America bashing over the weekend. This is true. He said our rescue of the whales was nothing but a cheap circus act. Oh, excuse me. Maybe we should be more like the English, huh? We'll spend our money on fox hunts and soccer riots. Yeah. Sure. We went to war with these people once. We can do it again. Yeah. Disposed Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos is hospitalized in Hawaii. I guess you know all about that. His wife, Imelda, issued a statement today, in fact. She said, in lieu of flowers, please send size 5 women's shoes. So, here's another one of those strange inconsistencies in life here. On Pan Am Flight 43 this week, they found 154 pounds of cocaine stashed above a restroom, hidden behind a ceiling panel. How come they can find that, but nobody can locate my luggage? This is unbelievable to me. Yeah. Proposition 103 went into effect here in California. That's the auto insurance initiative. This rolls back rates 20%, which is good for the consumer. But coincidentally, interest rates have now shot up. Great, this means I can insure a car, I just can't afford to buy one now. Now, this is interesting. There was an article in the paper today that said in the 1990s, cars that run on alcohol will become more popular. So if you have a drinking problem and your car's not running right, hey, you can get the whole thing fixed down at your local Betty Ford Center. Now, here's something kind of serious. This was in the paper today. The California State Bar just announced that celebrity divorce attorney Marvin Mitchelson, you know that guy, the palimony guy? They said he may be disbarred for initiating ridiculous and excessive lawsuits. In reaction, Mitchelson said today he plans to sue the State Bar for every cent they've got. Yeah. Well, the 1989 edition of the book Ripley's Believe It or Not just came out, and hey, Dan Quayle's on the cover. Some sad news. NBC just canceled the show Something Is Out There. You know, something was out there all right, but apparently it wasn't an audience. Now, here's something interesting. I was in a camera shop over the weekend, and the guy was showing me this new generation of cameras. Have you seen these? They have remote control. This is so you can take pictures of your annoying visiting relatives without having to be there with them. Oh, and here's one. Oh, here's one of the most annoying commercials of the holiday season. Have you seen this? This credit card company says, each time you use your credit card, they'll make a small donation to help a needy person. And then they show film of a little boy being pulled out of a raging river by some firemen. Of course, the inference being, if you don't use your credit card, then of course the kid will be forced to float downstream another place. Certainly one of the dumbest endorsements of the Christmas season. You see this one where they show Santa Claus endorsing the Remington electric shaver. When was the last time you think Santa shaved, huh? What's he using this thing on his legs, possibly? And finally, it had to happen, ladies and gentlemen. The California raisins have gone Hollywood. Yeah. I guess they've been using that new skin cream, Retin-A, and now they look like grapes again. Anyway. Hey, we have got a great show tonight. It's the Old Guy Review. Pee Wee Herman, Ricardo Montalban, comedian Rick Scheidner, and Lou Rawls, and we'll be right back after this message.
Good evening. It's great. I'm really getting into being a homeowner. I mean, I love my house. Every time I walk out the front door, I get this Ben Cartwright attitude. You know? My land! From here to the curb, my land! Thing is, I'm not real good at fixing things. That's the whole thing. I think every other guy can fix things, but I'm not real good at it. We had a little crisis at the house a couple of months ago. My girlfriend's from Texas. She comes out of the bathroom about 11 o'clock at night. Rich, there's no water coming out of the faucet. Do something. I got to take my makeup off. Do something. There's not much I was going to do, you know what I mean, guys? It was 11 o'clock at night. Well, I could go in and bluff like any other guy would. Or I could fix it if I had the right tools. Need a metric screwdriver, something like that, you know. I mean, I do have my projects, you know. I put some shelving up in the living room one day. Big deal. She's sitting on the couch watching me. I come out, I put some nails on the wall, put the shelving up, the whole thing falls down. My solution, more nails. I put so many nails on that wall, I don't need the shelving now. I can put the stuff right up on the nail. She's sitting on the couch getting excited. Look at that. It's straightened everything. Look at that. That's great. Then I realized she'd like watching me do a guy thing, just like I enjoy her femininity. Like, say she didn't shave her underarms and legs for about 10 weeks. Now, I might not say anything, but I'd be thinking, this experiment's about over. We got one more day for the Jungle Queen look. I'd shave while she's sleeping. All right here, all right here. What's going on? You're having a nightmare. Go back to sleep. You'll be all right. I mean, there are differences, you know. Watching football, I like to watch football. Some women like to watch football. Some get upset guys watch too much football. If it upsets you your man watches too much football, try this. Understand the game, sit down, watch it with him. Just see what happens. Because guys just go crazy. Oh, that's stupid. That's the dumbest play I've ever seen him run. I can't believe he tried to run that play. What are you yelling about? That was a 3rd and short yardage situation. They went off dive tackle. It was a good call. They just ran into an overshifted defense. You mean you understand this? Well, let's see what else is on. Women spend more time thinking about the relationship than guys do. If you don't believe me, go to a bookstore, see how many self-help books on love that are geared towards women. There are stacks of them. There's women who love too much, women who love men who hate women, women who love men who look like their father but act like their sister. There aren't any of these books for guys because guys don't read them. Guys stop thinking, we stop plotting, we